and welcome to a very wet and windy Blyton Park for round 6 of the Autosport International BTRDA Clubmans Rallycross Championship. Round 5 at Pembrey was action-packed, but the championship is still wide open. Let's go and catch up with some drivers before they round ahead. Hi Mike, so it looks like you've done a little bit of work to the car since the last round at Pembrey.
Yeah, I've been busy on the car, repairing it from when my son smashed it up. But yeah, it's all nice and clean now, ready to race in a minute.
That's great. You've got some good results from the last round.
Yeah, it's been going quite well actually. Thoroughly enjoying it. So just looking forward to today.
Is there anyone you're chasing today?
Just hope to finish really in one piece.
With this weather especially.
Yeah, it's really wet today, but same for everyone. So yeah, looking forward.
Brilliant. We'll see you out there.
Cheers.
Thank you. Hi Rob, how's it out on track today?
Pretty slippy actually. Yeah, we've had to change to wets because we just have no grip, too much power and no grip.
And this is your first round with the BTRDA Autosport International Championship, yeah?
With this car it is, yeah. I've done a couple of years with a Toyota, but yeah, this is my new car, so...
And how's it feeling out there?
It's alright, I'm just going to get used to the power. It's 3 times the power that I had before in the old car, and rear-wheel drive rather than front. So yeah, it's just getting used to it, really.
It's learning for you as well as the track.
Oh yeah, definitely, yeah.
Excellent, well good luck, we'll see you there.
Nice one, cheers.
Tommy, I see you had an issue out on track this morning. What's happened?
Yeah, I went out in practice there. It was very, very wet. Car was going well, but there was a rattle, a bang, and a flame. We damaged the block, so right out through the side of it. So we're loading up.
So that's you out for today then.
Yeah, and it makes it interesting for the championship because I can use this as my drop score. So Croft is.
So Croft's the one for you now.
The one, yeah. Leading going in here today. 10 points ahead, so we'll see what happens.
Yeah, hopefully we'll see you out at Croft back in first place.
Thank you very much.
Thank you. James, you just finished Heat 1. What was the result there for you?
Fantastic. Back row start and we won it. That was the hardest thing I've ever done in my life. I knew the loose had been loose, but pudding don't describe loose.
Don't suppose the weather helps today either.
No, it's terrible. But everybody's got it the same, haven't they? So we've all got to deal with it. But yeah, fantastic that one.
The car seemed to go really well round here, so you're enjoying it out there.
Yeah. There's no dark art to setting them up. Just do the odd thing and you're away.
So I think Tommy Graham might be out for today now with some engine problems. Is that going to give you a better result this afternoon as well?
It's a shame for him.
It is.
But championship-wise, that's not a bad thing.
In your favour. Well, let's see what result you can get this afternoon.
Righto.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Joe, we've just seen you out there in Heat 1. How was that in this weather?
It was first time on the track on a wet. I've never been out in a wet, but it was really good start. We have our wet tires, so left everyone behind. Made a mistake before the jump, so lost the place, but that's how it finished. Still learning on the wet. See how it goes at the end of the day.
How is the jump now? It's been modified since the last time out here.
You can't really call it a jump anymore. It's just a little hill and that's it. But yeah, it's okay. It doesn't hurt the car itself as much. Better grip going down the hill. It's okay. I'm happy.
Good luck in the next heat.
Thank you. Thanks.
Mark, how is it out there today? It's really wet on track.
Yes, very slippery today, yes.
A little bit different to the last round at Pembrey.
Definitely. Yeah. Different kettle of fish today.
Yeah. How was your result at Pembrey there last time?
Finished 9th in the A final, I think. Running okay in the championship, running 2nd in class. 5th overall, I think.
So we need a good result today. Might be able to get first in class, eh?
Yes, yeah. Need a good result today to see if I can get there with it.
Good luck. Let's see you out there.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Okay, thank you.
First up in the racing and the Mel Williams Tyres Production B final. The racing as close as ever. Michael Abed's making his way up from the C final to the B final. He will continue his progression with Richard Todd going through in first place to the A final. Michael Abed's following him in second. So the production A final now, and from the start it is James Orton who takes the lead. John Ward close in tow. Joe Wiskauskas getting a little good start there. Richard Todd up into third place, he'll be pleased after coming through from the B final. So into the first hairpin they go. James Orton comes out in front, John Ward in tow, not far off his Both of these are fighting it out for championship points this year as they go into the gravel section for the first time through the hairpin and back up around towards the jump. Richard Todd coming round in third place there as they go into the jump and over it. Not so much a jump now, the circuit has smoothed this out since the first round of the championship. More of a gravel hump nowadays. So back onto the tarmac they go. James Orton is still in the lead. John Ward in close tow behind. Now James Orton has a chance today to take the lead of the overall championship. Tommy Graham in the super modified class, their points get amalgamated for the overall championship with the production guys. And Tommy Graham's engine has blown, so James Orton has to score points today. So they come back into the hairpin, lifting the wheel off the ground there. John Ward looking for the outside line, trying to get the run on the exit of the corner. Richard Todd is and you can see Fredling and Joe Muskauskas battling it out at the back of the pack. Joe has been progressively getting quicker this year. Into the B finals and the C finals at the start of the year, but he's all the way in the A finals now here at the penultimate round of the BTRDA Championship. So back down the back straight they go once again. James Orton is still in the lead. John Ward is not letting him get away and he's putting the pressure on Orton. Richard Todd is trying to keep tabs on these two, but they are pulling away from him now. And it is Michael Embeds, newcomer to the championship this year. He is currently sitting in fourth place. So back over the line, that's the second lap complete of this final. See Orton pushing hard there with Ward behind. Ward opting for that wide line again, trying to get the run onto the gravel. Orton is playing it defensively to try and hold him in second place. See Richard Todd's just starting to close that gap now between the leading pair. Contact there between the two. John Ward is just nudging James Orton around the corner there, but Orton has defended well and has came out once again in the lead as they go back over the jump for the third time in this race. It is Orton down the back straight, Ward in tow. Richard Todd currently sitting in the third place. Fourth place is still Michael Lebed, and Fredling behind him. Joe Muskauskas seems to have dropped back a little bit here. Of course, all these drivers are fighting for those vital points in their respective classes. But as they come round once again, just past the halfway point of this race now, they go there. Orton lifting that wheel on the inside. Ward going down alongside him onto the gravel. Ward's going to be in the wrong place coming into the hairpin, but Orton's going to have to defend quite aggressively here, so he pulls it in tight. Ward looks down the inside, neck and neck now, coming off the gravel, back onto the jump. And it is Orton who has the better line there, a little bit bumpy, cutting down the inside of that corner. Over the jump and back down onto the tarmac, onto the main back straight. Orton braking hard, Ward in tow, close behind. As they head up towards the start-finish line, once again, it is no change here. Orton at the front with Ward close behind, but this could go either way. There is still time left in this race. It's been an excellent battle between these two all season. Certainly been one to watch for this year. Both of them swapping places throughout the season in all of the rounds, especially at Pembrey. Saw some excellent close racing there. But again, Ward looks to go down the inside coming out of that. He loses the speed by doing that though, and Orton's got the run on him on the next corner. So they go back into the jump once again. This is the final time now over the jump. and back down the straight. Ward is going to have to make his move quickly here if he is going to make his move at all. So Orton comes in, braking hard, and he's keeping a nice clean line there. Staying off the mud on the outside. And it looks like Orton is going to take this race as they come round the final corner. And over the checkered flag it is. It's Orton first with Ward in second. Richard Todd comes in third. Michael Lebeds makes fourth. Fred Lynn comes in fifth. And Joe Meskauskas in sixth.
James, that production class A final there, we had John Ward right on your bumper the entire way around. I bet you felt the pressure there.
Oh God, he gave me a run for my money. He really did. Just got the start, and I made sure I hung on to it. But he had a good go. Bless him. He cleaned it. It was good. It was a fantastic race.
Well, you held him off, so you definitely deserve that win. Well done. You were really fast out there this afternoon. So does this mean that you're in competition with Tommy Graham for the championship now that he's retired today and you've won?
Yeah, so I'm told. Fingers in ears, Joe. Let's wait while we finished at Croft.
Yeah, let's see what round 7 brings.
Yeah.
Okay. Good luck for then.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Cheers.
Small entry for the Kartech Motorsport 4x4. Mike Manning, the only one making it to the A final, so the track was all his own. And with a clear track, he had a good chance to go on and set the fastest time of the weekend. 5 minutes 27.683 for 5 laps of the Blyton circuit. Sees Mike Manning take home maximum points in his attempt at the Kartech Motorsport Production 4x4 Championship.
Mike, you got that 4x4 production class all to yourself there at the end.
I know it's a bit of a poor show, only one person here, but yeah, it was good, you know, just ran around the track really on my own.
Well, you took the opportunity to have a bit of fun out there and enjoy the race, really.
Yeah, I thoroughly enjoyed just scrubbing in some new tyres and trying to set the fastest time today.
Great, well it'll stand you in good stead for Croft.
Yes, looking forward to that one, so yeah, next month here we come.
That's great, see you then.
Cheers.
Next up then, and the BTRDA Junior Rallycross A final. 3 competitors here, all of the younger competitors with the lower powered cars. An excellent starting point for their careers in motorsport. But off the line, it is Jaden Bennett who takes the lead early on. Morgan Root in his Suzuki Swift close behind. Morgan Root also been competing on the British Rallycross Championship this year. Laura Boak is sitting there in 3rd place. So as they go onto the gravel for the first time, it is Jaden Bennett who is in the lead. Seat Arosa Sport, not a car you often see in many disciplines of motorsport these days, so they go back on over the jump for the first time. Now the junior category, an excellent starting point for any motorsport enthusiast career. And a great chance for these young drivers to prove their skills on the track and also learn some valuable new ones as they go. An excellent base for these cars, learn to carry speed. With them being lower powered, they have to carry their speed around the corners and try not to scrub too much of it off. So an excellent platform to hone their driving skills. But as he comes round for the end of the first lap, it is Jaden Bennett who is in the lead. He's starting to pull away now from Morgan Root. But Root won't be wanting to let him too far out of his sights. He'll be wanting to win just as much as Jaden. These younger drivers very competitive and certainly the ones to watch for the future. Laura Boak there just going past the camera, making her way round. Early on in her career she'll be looking to improve on her pace as next season progresses. So back over the jump Jaden goes, and he is still in the lead. It's looking like a very mature performance from this young man as they head back down onto the tarmac, braking early and turning in. Oh, a little bit of a slide there, just off onto the grass. Something you regularly see with the junior drivers. Not quite got the experience of the seniors. sometimes going beyond their limits, but it's the only way they learn where their limits are. But he's held on to that lead. He's not let it slip. He's not lost too much time as they go through once again for another lap. Morgan Root starting to close that gap up a little bit now. Bennett's going to start feeling the pressure from Root, seeing him close in his mirrors. As they go back into the hairpin. Careful not to lose too much time on these gravel sections. With the lower power cars, it does take time to get them up to speed, and using the handbrake generally means they put themselves at a little bit of a disadvantage than if they take a nice smooth line. Morgan Root there just running a little bit wide, getting stuck on the mucky part of the track where the gravel has not been cleared by the other cars, though he's dropped back a fair bit there. Bennett is going to have a comfortable lead now as he goes back. He's off onto the grass again. That's the second time. Certainly learning where the limits are around that corner. But that's going to mean Morgan Root gets a chance to close that gap back up. As they come through the start-finish straight again, it is Bennett still in the lead. Morgan Root sitting in second. Laura Boak still sitting in third place there. She's dropped back a little bit now. So Bennett comes round the top hairpin once again. Getting that car slowed down and down the gears, and he's back on the power again, going into the gravel section. So as Morgan Root continues his quest to catch Bennett, he's got a lot of work to do now, but certainly not outside the realms of possibility. Rallycross is an unpredictable sport at the best of times, as many competitors have found out to their peril. So back over the jump they go, and down the main straight. Just flicking back now, that's Laura Boak coming back round the top hairpin. You can see the gap there between her and the rest of the pack. As they go back round the bottom. And onto the start-finish line. Bennett is still in the lead. Morgan Root is starting to close that gap up now. You can see he's closed it right up, down to a couple of seconds now. Bennett looking like he's just lifted off a little bit there. Root keeping it on, and he's certainly catching him. Looking like we're going to have an exciting finish towards this race. As they go back onto the gravel. Round the hairpin. Root is not far behind at all now. Bennett's going to be under quite a lot of pressure here coming into the last few corners of this race. You can see getting quite bumpy there now where the cars have been cutting it up. So they come back down the main straight. Braking hard. Bennett's going to have to be careful here. Now he needs a nice clean run to not let Root. He's back off onto the gravel. Root's going to close that gap up. They're going into the last couple of corners of the race here. It's going to be close. Root is right up the bumper of Bennett, but it is going to be Bennett who's going to take the win. He's going to defend it. Morgan Root is going to take that second place, and Laura Boak comes in third.
I'm with John Rook from the BTRDA. This round, the BTRDA are sponsoring one of the drivers. John, what's the story behind this?
Ultimately, we just wanted to give something back to the drivers. They've been supportive of us through thick and thin, and yeah, we just want to give something back to the drivers. So we're going to refund one of the drivers' entry forms or entry fees today, to give something back, really, back into the sport and back into the championship.
And how are you going to choose that driver?
We're going to draw it out of a bull.
Excellent.
Nothing more scientific than a bull.
Let's do it.
Good. So the winner is 48 Todd Crooks.
Well done, Todd. This round's competitor feature is with Todd Crooks, who's in the Fuchs Lubricants Super Modified class. He's just won his entry fee back. How was that?
I mean, I wasn't expecting it. They did say in driver's briefing today that they'd have the raffle to get it back, but you never expect it to be you, really, do you?
Yeah.
And especially because we've had a bit of bad luck recently, and I just thought just ignore it. And then as I was walking back down past where the scrutineering area was, and somebody shouted at me saying, "Oh, you won it!" I thought, really?
Excellent.
But yeah, it's good.
Well, it's nice to receive something back from the club as well.
Definitely. Yeah, it's always nice to sort of know they appreciate you. If you know what I mean.
Yeah,
It's nice to see some things come back. It's the first time they've run that competition, so yeah, can't complain in the slightest.
Hopefully there's some more then, eh?
Yeah, fingers crossed, definitely.
So at the moment, you were last round in Pembrey, round 5. You were second in the super modified class behind Tommy Graham, who has now gone home. So how's that going to be for you this afternoon?
Well, so far I'm leading, which is good news. Hopefully just go out there and win it again. Keep the pace up, keep going hard and see how it goes at the end of the day. Still a few tough competitors out there. Kieran in his course is always really quick. Even David Atterwell's car really suits this track. Yeah. And then of course you've got the rear-wheel drive boys with the big M3 engines. You can't you can never discount them. So there's a lot of fast drivers, a lot of fast cars. So you can never be confident, really.
No, but it's all still to play for.
It is all still to play for. Yeah.
So how did you actually get into this Rallycross Championship then?
So back when I was 8 years old, I started kart racing. Yeah. It got to the point when I was sort of 13, 14. I'm just too big for karts. They're all about 5 foot nothing and like a beanpole. So I looking for something else to go into. Obviously, it's all the obvious options: junior rallying, junior Ginettas, and they were all just well out of our price range. We managed to get a higher drive in a junior mini rallycross car back when minis were the leading junior rallycross championship in the UK. So I did a couple of rounds, a round at Linden Hill in the higher car, rolled it, but loved it and bought my own car. And then so from there we've gone from this to the classic mini senior, which is what my mum's driving today, and then into the super modified class. It's been a step-by-step kind of thing. So obviously you go from one bit to the next bit, then you move to the next car, and then you do this upgrade, you do that upgrade. And eventually we've got to the point where we're at the front battling for wins, and I'm really enjoying it. I'm loving it.
It's good to see. You can see you enjoy it when you drive it. It looks like you're having fun out there.
Yeah, it's so much fun just to go out there, and the mixed surface is just amazing, and it's just such a lovely car to drive. It just goes exactly where you point it, and all of a sudden your back end will come round and you'll be like, hey, flat out, pin your feet. But
that's what it's all about.
That's what it's all about, a bit of slideways.
Do you do any other motorsport then? Do you compete anywhere else with this car, or is it just here?
This car, I've done a couple of sprints in this car here at Blyton, in fact. I've done a little bit of over racing, just once this year, and then just a few weekends ago I competed in the track rod rally as well.
Yeah, that's really good.
Which was unfortunately didn't finish, but it was a really good event.
Different experience to this sort of racing.
It's a completely different sort of style. Yeah. You're on the go all day long, and then you return to service for 30 minutes, and then you go again. So compared to here, where you do your race and you sit around for a bit, and you go to your race and you sit around for a bit, that is non-stop all day long. Yeah. And it's great. And it's good to have a sort of team sport as well, because I had my girlfriend Jay in the passenger seat doing all the co-driving for me, and she really enjoyed herself.
Oh, that's even better.
So it was great fun. Really enjoyed it, both of us. So just a shame we didn't quite get to the finish.
Well, it's all about the fun, isn't it? And you might go back and do it.
That's rallying,
again.
I suppose, isn't it? That's what they say, isn't it?
That's the most important bit, that you have fun with it.
Yeah, definitely.
Excellent. Thanks very much for talking to us,
Thank you.
Todd. Thank you. We're going to get to the historics now and catch up with those guys.
So the Steve Gaunt Trailers Historic Category B final first, and it would be a dominating performance from Sean Buckley in the Escorts from start to finish, going through to the A final. David Ewan in the Ford Fiesta would follow him, but would be some 20 seconds behind at the finish. So the historic A final, always a great race to watch here, always exciting, sideways and retro action. So the 5 second board is up and they are away off the line. Chris Farrell is on the front of the grid here. The lower powered Pinto car doing well on this tighter, twistier circuit. So they go into the first hairpin. Here, that big BMW of Vince Bristow. Certainly trying to put his power down, but it is Chris Farrell who's came out in front. Ryan Stutchbury close behind, Vince Bristow in third. That looks like Sean Buckley sitting in fourth, who came up from the B final. He'll be hoping for a good result to keep his championship hopes alive, but that is Chris Farrell, big slide, and he keeps somehow his first position. Ryan Stutchbury must be wondering what was going on in front of him there, so they go over the jump for the first time and down the back straight. Chris Farrell squirming about the road, trying to use every of those 150 horsepower that his car produces. Being hounded down by the Escort. Escort's Sean Buckley leaving the track there. That lets the Mini of George Eduardes past. And Farrell comes round at the end of the first lap, off the track onto the gravel. Lucky there, onto two wheels almost at one point. So back into the hairpin they go. Looks like Farrell's getting a little bit of a gap here. He's pushing hard. Bristow's after Stutsbury here. Farrell has made his way past George Eduardes again, using the extra power of that Escort down the straight over the nimble little Mini. But it is Bristow looking for a way past Stutsbury. He can't put his power down coming out the corner. Stutsbury uses that front wheel drive advantage and heads back, looking to take the scalp of Farrell, but Farrell defends well. He goes down the back straight and Stutsbury is in tow. So Farrell brakes hard, locking up his front right, keeping it on the tarmac though, keeping the speed and keeping the neat line. But these three are starting to pull away from the rest of the pack now. So they go over the finish line again for another lap. And it is much neater this time from Farrell. But it's going to go one of three ways this race. By the looks of it, Stutsbury is going to take the wide line. This will give him a better run onto the gravel. This could be a chance for Stutsbury. He puts the power down, he's going to come almost along the side. Farrell defends well, moving across. And it is Farrell who keeps that sideways going into the corner. He's going to lose a little bit of speed now. Bristow is also looking to capitalise on these two pushing each other. But it is going to come out the same. Farrell holds his position. Stutsbury is still in second. And it is Vince Bristow in the big BMW in third as they go back over the jump and down the back straight. Farrell comes down, hard braking, locking up once again, trying to use every bit of grip he can to make that car go as quick as possible. But Stutsbury is more nimble in the 205. He closes up that gap. So Buckley is still sitting behind this group. George Eduardes is keeping tabs on him. So they come back onto the start straight, up towards the top hairpin once again. And it really is an excellent race here. Stutsbury desperate to find a way past Farrell. He's been getting quicker all season this year. And from the looks of this, Farrell has seen this as his chance to take that maiden victory. But Bristow there running wide, taking out the tyres. And it is Stutsbury looking desperately to try and find a way past that Escort, making itself much bigger than it is. And very difficult to pass. So they come back down the back straight once again. It is Farrell, Stutsbury, Bristow, all fighting it out for those positions. Buckley is still sitting in fourth, in a bit of a race of his own now. Just dropped back a little bit too much time to this leading pack. Bristow, big slide around the outside. Always entertaining to watch these historic category cars. So Bristow goes for the wide line this time, trying to catch up. He's lost a little bit of time on his leading pair. Farrell sideways onto the gravel. Stutsbury keeping it neat as they go into the hairpin. Farrell tries to put the power down. The rear wheel drive not as quick on the loose stuff as the front wheel drive cars. So they go back onto the gravel, over the jump and away down the back straight once again. It's still all to play for in this Steve Gaunt Trailers historic final. But it's certainly not been decided. Farrell in first, Stutsbury in second and Bristow in third. Sean Buckley is still sitting in fourth place, so they come over the finish line for the final time, and it is Chris Farrell who takes the win. Stutsbury just behind Vince Bristow in third.
Chris, a historic A-Class win this afternoon. Well done.
I know, I've got a grin like a Cheshire cat from ear to ear, and I just can't buzz, and I think it's going to last for weeks, because all year I've been trying to beat Sean Buckley. Obviously he's got 285 horse and I've got 150 horse, so to beat him is a big thing. It's and it's a friend thing, that racing we've done for the last 20 years between each other, so he's always had the upper hand on me, so I finally pulled it back today.
So it's about time really then, isn't it?
Yeah, it
definitely.
is, yeah.
And Ryan was really close behind you on that as well.
Ryan is a fantastic driver, and I've got to give it to him. I mucked up on the hairpin off the loose, and really it should have been a big crash into me, because it was my mistake pushing too hard and looking in the rear view mirror and not concentrating enough. But I told myself to get out of that mirror and do my job, and I got away, but he kept sucking me back in, and I had to get back to doing my job and telling myself, because the excitement was getting the better of me, because I was looking for Sean. So,
well, you did a brilliant job. You held him back and you got the win, so well done, and we'll see you in Croft round 7.
Yeah, I can't wait. Much appreciated.
See
Thank
you
you very much. See you then. Thank you.
The Fuchs Lubricants Super Modified B final next. And despite a good start by Carl Skitt in the BMW, it was Mark Jones, championship regular in his Toyota MR2, who will go on to take the win and move into the A final. Championship newcomer Chris Ransley would fight some good battles with the championship regulars and go on to take that all-important second place, moving also into the A final. So the Fuchs Lubricants Super Modified A final, and off the line they go. Kieran Curran leading the grid away on down the main straight for the first time. Mark Jones, who moved up from the B final, close behind there. Chris Ransley, newcomer in his BMW 328, sitting in third place. He's got a good start off the line, but it is the power of Kieran Curran's Corsa that is going to pull away from Mark Jones. As we go onto the gravel for the first time, that's David Attiwell. He looks to have spun there. He will be disappointed with himself after a good run this season. But it is going over the jump. Kieran Curran first, Mark Jones in second. Chris Ransley taking the scenic route through the corner there in third place. But Mark Jones is not going to let Curran get away. So they go round the bottom of the track for the first time up towards the finish line, where they will cross to complete their first lap. Coming back onto the start-finish straight, Curran using every inch of track. Jones following suit, and Ransley following behind him, going all the way up to the grass there as they power down that straight into the hairpin at the bottom. A nice tight corner there, difficult braking, upsets the car as they go into the hairpin. Ransley taking it nice and smooth. Mark Jones getting a little bit out of shape there coming in to the hairpin, and Curran is going to take every chance he gets to open up that lead. Always excellent to watch these super modified cars, extra light and extra powerful. That is the Mini of David Bell, currently sitting in fourth place. Todd Crooks qualified for the A final but failed to start. His head gasket went before he had a chance to get to the race start. So he'll be looking towards the next round to score points. Been a difficult year for Todd, as we spoke to him in the competitive feature, but the race is now, and the leader is Kieran Curran. The Irishman over for the first time in this championship year. Mark Jones wants the points though. He's had a good championship run this year, and he'll be wanting to find his way past. The MR2 not quite as grippy as the Corsa on this particular track. You can see there on the gravel, the Corsa able to put its power down, more weight over those front wheels, so they go back onto the jump. and over it, down into that main straight on the back of the circuit. Ransley coming through in third, David Bell sitting in fourth. David Attiwell is still going. He's working his way around, currently in fifth, trying to recover from that spin early on. Curran looks to have started to extend a little bit of a gap now as they come round to complete yet another lap in this race. David Attiwell there, just coming round at the bottom of the circuit. Curran coming around the top of it. You can see the gap now opening up between Jones and the gap between Jones and Ransley. Braking hard as they turn in and then back onto the power, trying to get as much pace as they can before they get onto the gravel and lose the traction that they have onto the tarmac. These rear-wheel drive cars are quite difficult to handle, especially with the damp conditions earlier on today. It's dried out a bit now, but certainly the gravel sections are still quite muddy, and a big bump has appeared from nowhere coming into the jump. So Kieran Curran goes round once again. He's starting to pull away now and show that this is his race to lose. But David Bell is doing well, trying to keep tabs with Ransley, not wanting him to get too far away. And David Attiwell still going there in fifth place. Kieran Curran heads up the start-finish straight once again and into the top hairpin. A nice smooth line now, keeping the inside line into that hairpin. Nice and neat round and back on the power. He heads back down onto the gravel. Looks to be taking no risks now, backed off a little bit to try and secure this race win. Back up towards the jump. Into the latter part of this race now. And it is Curran in the lead. Mark Jones is in second. Chris Ransley is all over the bumper of Jones now in third place. He's going to be wanting to try and take that second place. That is Curran coming off the track onto the grass, but he has recovered and moves back up to the finish line. He is going to go on to take the win, but the battle is going to be between second and third. Jones and Ransley, they've got one corner to go. It is looking like it is going to be Jones, and Ransley coming in third. David Bell makes it a fourth place, and David Attiwell completes the race in fifth.
Kieran, that was a fantastic win for Super Modified out there. It looked like you were absolutely flying.
I was. Had a bad morning, couldn't get the times in. Went out in the third heat, it dried up a bit, got a good time in, got pole position. And
Mark in the MR2 was pretty close behind you as well, wasn't he?
He was knocking. Really thought he might do it, but he kept me honest and got the result in the end.
You managed to hold him off. He was pretty close to you, so well done.
Yeah.
Well done.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Thanks.
So the championship standings of the BTRDA Clubmans Rallycross Championship after round 6. Overall, it is James Orton who moves into the top spot. Richard Todd in second, Mark Jones in third, Paul Davis in fourth, and David Attiwell. Consistent results for him have paid off, moving him into fifth. Super Modified is still led by Mark Jones. Tommy Graham dropping down with his engine failure. Production is all down to James Orton. Historic Chris Farrell takes the lead after his win, and the production 4x4 Mike Manning extends his lead.
So here ends another exciting action-packed day at Blyton for round 6. We've had spins, engine failures, rain and sun today. Join us again at Croft for round 7 of the BTRDA Autosport International Clubmans Rallycross Championship.